Hi there. I wanted to make a quick video and just give you a brief overview of Purusha Yoga Therapy. I'm really excited to share this journey with you and take a few moments to review some of the key concepts that are used in Purusha Yoga Therapy. So, of course, as you know, we have the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's really important for you to review those before this course you're about to embark upon so that you really understand what's included in the yamas and the niyamas, and that the other limbs are present, and that is our playground for Purusha Yoga Therapy. And then also be sure to remember the 5 koshas as you're coming into this module. And this includes the physical, mental, energetic, wisdom, and that spiritual connection to truth. That is Purusha. And so in Purusha Yoga Therapy, we use all 8 limbs of Raja Yoga, a lot of classic Hatha Yoga practices, and we work with the whole 5 kosha model of the human experience. Also important to remember with yoga therapy and Purusha Yoga Therapy are the gunas. And remember, the gunas are the way to describe all of nature. So everything in nature, from our mind to the physical body to the elements to the way we eat, is described by the gunas. And everything is either rajasic, which is a very high vibration, tamasic, which is a lower vibration, or sattvic, which is that homeostasis, balanced vibration. Some things in nature are just naturally rajasic and they have that higher vibration, and some things are tamasic, like a rock with a lower vibration. So as we start to look for imbalances in our bodies, in our minds, in our lifestyle, we can use the gunas to describe the imbalance. Is it rajasic or tamasic? And we're always striving for sattvic nature, that balanced nature of homeostasis. Really, all of the practices in Purusha Yoga Therapy are designed to create balance in your mind, in your body, in your energy. And so we want to always be leaning towards finding what is sattvic for the individual we're working with. All of the answers that we are seeking are within our subconscious, and our work here as Purusha Yoga therapists is to be a guide, to be a mirror, to be a shining light, so that the individual we're working with has the opportunity to seek deep within themselves for the answers. And so instead of prescribing or diagnosing or fixing, we're just seeking. We're seeking to communicate with that deepest part of the self. We're seeking to communicate even with the pain body and with the trauma and with the needs that can turn into addictions. And so we want to listen more than we speak, and we want to use all of our 5 senses to really sink in and experience this space with the person we're working with. In Purusha Yoga Therapy, we call this co-consciousness. So we're sharing space and we're diving into the energy and exploring with the person, and we're really on a journey with that person. It's very exciting. Remember that Purusha Yoga Therapy can be everything from physical practices to conversations, meditation, breathing, lifestyle habits. We can look at careers, we can look at relationships, and really any goals that might come up for an individual as far as their holistic well-being goes. The specific modules and the different courses that you're going to take are going to really fill your toolbox, and they're also going to help you to really deepen your connection to your source. So it's a good idea to come back to your source, come back to your connection to source, your ways of meditating, and what is your Kriya Yoga? What are the most essential practices in your life that help you to stay connected, that help you to stay healthy? This is very important to keep up with as you deepen your practice of becoming a Purusha Yoga therapist. So you might take this time now before this course begins to really examine your own practices and what you do every day that is essential to keep your health. It might be drinking enough water, eating healthfully, getting enough sleep, getting time to play and be creative, balancing out your work and creative time. All of these are essential practices that you might connect to. Remember the foundation of Purusha Yoga, the fourfold foundation, the Kriya Yoga of Purusha is 1, be here now, which is the first sutra of the Yoga Sutras. And this helps us to really be present for ourselves and our clients. But it's also wonderful to remember that when you're giving a practice, you want to really help the person stay present for what is. And then the second essential practice or kriya of Purusha is samtosha, which of course means contentment. And this is really being at peace with what is, finding that deep-seated happiness. Remember, happiness is a choice. The Dalai Lama says there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Choosing happiness and finding contentment where we are in our physical body, in our mind, in the energy, in this current time. It's really important to help our clients teach to learn how to become more content with what is. The third essential practice of Purusha Yoga is pranayama. Energy is the gateway to everything else. Always take it back to the breath, always coming back to the pranayama practices, which are also other practices besides pranayama. We can work with energy in a lot of different ways, and these modules will help you to understand all the different ways we can connect to the energy body through meditation, guided visualizations, energy work, and connections in that auric field and deep within ourselves. And then the final essential practice of Purusha Yoga and Purusha Yoga Therapy is what Patanjali calls his Kriya Yoga, and that is the last 3 niyamas: tapas, self-study, and surrender. Tapas is that we apply our practice with all earnestness, and it takes a little fire to keep going. So this is discipline. What are you disciplined with in your life right now? Be humble, be kind, and give yourself some credit for what you are disciplined with in your life right now. That is tapas. And what could you possibly add a little bit more discipline to that you're ready to right now? It's a great time before a new course to get some discipline into your daily practice and your ways. That is tapas. Svadhyaya is self-study, which is part of that last fourfold foundation and part of Patanjali's Kriya Yoga. And this, of course, is not only studying ourselves, but studying great knowledge and great books and the world truths, Svadhyaya. And then the last of those niyamas is surrender. Again, coming back to source and what it is that you're in service to. As Bob Dylan says, you're going to have to serve somebody. So who is it that you serve? What is it that you serve? What do you really know? So that's the Kriya Yoga of Purusha. And I hope that that will be a nice foundation for you to remember what to pay attention to as you're working with clients. And then that background of the 8 limbs, the 5 koshas. I also wanted to quickly remind you of the readiness ritual in the foundation book. If you could take a moment to look at that and get familiar again with how you get grounded, how you connect to source. And then when you're done working with somebody, it's also really important to work on your clearing ritual. So we have a readiness ritual and then a clearing ritual. And it's important to take care of yourself during these courses. So be engaged with your own yoga therapy and continue on this journey together. Thank you so much for taking these few moments to have a review of what Purusha Yoga Therapy is. And you'll also find a little more about what Purusha Yoga Therapy is in your foundation book. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Take care.